Hey everybody, this is Justice for Comics. It's Friday. It is time to review CBSI's Hot 10 list, comicbookinvest.com. This list comes out every Friday afternoon, and it's usually got some interesting books on there. So let's take a look. Let's see what's on there on the list this week. I haven't really had much time to look at it, but let's consider it. All right, first off, honorable mentions. Amazing Mystery Funnies, #1. This looks like a Golden Age book. Bill Everett cover. Says, such a simple yet stunning cover. I was unaware that women wore booty shorts pre-World War II for some reason. A 7.5 sold for a whopping $12,000 this week, dwarfing the prior all-time high in any grade for this book. Prior high was $9,800 for an 8.5 copy back in 2017. Boy, that 8.5 copy looks pretty good right now. An entire 2 grades higher for a lot less money. So, man, that's still a lot of money though to buy a book. I mean, I get it. These are older books. Not too many of them are in circulation. I get that, but man, I guess if you got everything else, if you've got a lot of the Silver Age and Modern Age keys, then I guess the next thing you go after is some of these older Golden Age books that people don't even know about. I mean, I didn't even know about that book. So it's just a whole different level of collecting, people that go for those type of books. All right, the next one is Wheel of Time, New Spring, #1. That looks like a modern book. It says here, it's a Chuck Dixon is the writer, it looks like. It says, YouTuber John Marshall brought this title to my attention, and then this week a trailer for the Amazon Prime show dropped. It's up to about $30 raw copy. I don't know anything about that show, Amazon Prime. I do watch Amazon. I do happen to watch Amazon Prime a lot more than Netflix lately, so I'll have to see if that one is on there. I'll have to take a look. Number 10 on the list is Noctera, #1. This is a Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel collaboration. This book came out beginning of the year, I think, right? Not too long ago. I think they're up to, issue 5 or 6 right now. There is a TV show option coming. They just announced that the other day. So the issue #1s went from $15 to $20 up to $30. I did have a couple copies of the Noctera #1 Santa Fung cover. I did sell one of my copies for $60, which was pretty good. I only paid $30. So that's ultimately what I like to do once in a while is I'll buy 2 copies of a book, and basically if I can sell one copy and it pays for both, basically I got this copy for free, right? So it's kind of the way I look at it. This is just a cool cover by Santa Fung. This was limited to only 300 copies, so this is definitely one of the lower print run books of this title. And it's just a cool looking cover. He did a nice job on it. And I also have the Boss Logic cover, which I like that way better than the regular A cover. So, I don't know. Boss Logic, pretty cool. I think that one is also pretty popular as well. I know a lot of people ordered that one. So there you go, Noctera #1. By the way, I've got a little something in my throat, so I apologize for my coughing. I just went up into my attic and fixed the dampener for the AC, and I should have put one of those little mask things over my nose and mouth. So I probably breathed in a little bit of fiberglass. So if I'm coughing, that might be why. I'm probably trying to get it out of my lungs. All right, number 9 is Moon Knight, #1, the second print, John Romita Jr., 1 in 25 variant. Looks like it's going up to around $45, $50. I am not a John Romita Jr. fan. I've made that very quite clear on my channel. That is an artist that I will probably never reach out to interview. So sorry if you're a big John Romita fan, Jr. fan. He's never going to come on my show. I'm not a big fan of his art. This would be something I would never pick up, but it's on the move. So anybody that's a fan of his art, congratulations. It's going up in value right now. Number 8 is Marvel Action Origins #3, the Agnes Garbowska 1 in 10 variant, going for $20 to $25. So it's going about more than double ratio right now. It's got Hulk and Venom on the cover. Ben says, but this is not a great cover. So Ben doesn't quite like it. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing fantastic. I agree with that. Number 7 is Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite hardcover. Thank you. 1 per store. $50 to $60 book. Umbrella Academy 3rd season is coming out, I think, pretty soon. I think it's coming out in a month or so. Month or two? Pretty soon, I believe. So all things Umbrella Academy will probably be on the move at some point. I do have a good collection of Umbrella Academy, the early issues. I don't have the New Comic Book Day first appearance, though. That's the only one I don't have. I have a lot of the other ones. I even have the Jim Lee cover. But there is a original Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite first issue that had this white cover. I remember I almost pulled the trigger on that book around $200 for that book, and I think it goes for pretty much over $1,000 now. And I think raw copies are pretty much non-existent. You pretty much have to buy a graded copy on that book. So, yeah, if you're a big fan of Umbrella Academy, that might be one to look for. Number 6 is Monster Kill Squad number 1, $20 to $30. Says, I have a lot of questions this week. If Bad Idea was a failure and they are canceling everything, why are they still producing books? And why are they still getting 4 times cover price? That is a valid question. I like a lot of Bad Ideas comics. I think the quality of the comic book is fantastic. The paper they use is far superior to anything Marvel and DC uses. I've only collected Tankers and ENIAC. I think those are the only two titles maybe that I've picked up from them. And I think they've been entertaining so far. So I don't think Bad Idea is a bad idea, but yeah, in the short term, I think they are a little overpriced. They're probably trying to create scarcity on purpose. How that ends up working out in the long term, we'll have to see. Number 5 is America, number 12, $20 to $30. Yeah, it's a cool cover. Who did that cover? Is that a Lee cover? It looks like a Lee cover. Now $75 for a reason that I clearly am not aware of. My only question, if a modern character can't keep a solo series past 12 issues, is that character actually hot? That is absolutely true. America's comic books have never sold well. They can't sell 10,000 copies per issue. I mean, remember, this is a Marvel comic book, and they can't sell 10,000 copies. So every time it gets canceled, I think they rebooted it like 3 times. It's SJW all the way, and I'm sorry, most comic book people are not blue-haired, liberal SJW weirdos. They're just not. I'm not saying that this character couldn't be written well, but apparently that never happens. Gabby Rivera was not a very good writer, very, very low quality writer, and the series is pretty much unreadable. I read a couple issues. It was terrible. It's not very good. It is a kind of a good cover there, so maybe it's hot because of the cover. I don't know. There's a lot of people still specking on this series. A lot of the speculators are driving prices right now. Not real comic book collectors that actually buy comic books and read the books. Remember, there's a group of collectors out there that buy comic books and never open them up and read them. They literally are treating them like baseball cards, right? All they are is pure investment. So remember, there's a lot of people out there that do that. They never open the comic book up and read it. I'm not that way. Most of my subscribers are not that way. Most of you read comic books. I'm not saying you can read every one. I mean, I'm way behind in my reading, but eventually I will read every comic book in my collection. That is one thing I feel like I've got to do. If I can't do that, what's the point of collecting comic books? I might as well go collect baseball cards, right? I mean, I don't understand why someone collects without actually opening the comic book up and reading it. But hey, to each his own. However you want to collect is up to you. Number 4 is Star Slayer number 2. That wasn't that a failed book? I don't think that book did very well. Dave Stevens, Mike Grell. Was a $15 to $25 book. Now it's around $50 to $60 raw. Graded copies are going for obviously more money. Says the increase is on the heels of news that Rocketeer is being rebooted on Disney Plus. Ben says, honestly, if this is a hit, I'd be looking out for anything Dave Stevens. Not that you shouldn't have already been buying his covers. Yeah, I've got a bunch of Dave Stevens covers, especially the Rocketeer covers. Jungle, whatever. There's a Jungle cover that he did. He's an awesome artist, very cool artist. And yeah, it's good. It's nice to see him get a little love. There's a lot of people in the comic book community that love Dave Stevens, no doubt about it. Number 3 is Ultimate Fallout number 4, the facsimile edition, Marco Jurcevic variant. I guess this was out of 1,000. I don't know. Was this a store exclusive? It had to be a store exclusive. I don't remember where I saw this, but it says here now selling for around $75. Question, would you rather have this or spend another $50 to $75 and get the second print, or buy 4 of these instead of one La Mole? Is there a distinction between the two? Does the fact that it is the same cover art as the original bother you? Yeah, so that's a good question. I bought Ultimate Fallout 4 La Moles because I knew that eventually collectors would go crazy for them, and that's exactly what happened. I paid $30 each for my 2 copies, so I paid $60 total, plus shipping, let's call it $70, $75 at the most. And easily I could sell one of those for a couple $100 in raw condition. Graded, you're looking at $500-$600 or more in a graded condition. So they are all reprints, but people love cool covers. There's going to be a market for it. So if you were one of the people that picked this up and you love the cover, it is a cool looking cover. I get why people would like to have this. To own the original would cost a small fortune. Literally money that you would put down as a down payment on your house to own the original. So for a small fraction of that price, you can have the same cover in your collection, but it is a reprint. So it's the same thing. Why do Action Comics number 1 reprints go for good money? It's because people want to own that cover, and they don't want, they want as close as they can get to the real thing without it being the real thing. That's it. That's all it is. Number 2 is Invincible Iron Man number 7. This is the Dave Lopez variant. I don't really care for the cover. I probably would have never picked this up back in the day. 9/8's going for $1,100. Ben says, this warms my heart. Yes, it has a long way to go to reach the heights of the $3,500 price tag of the number 9 variant. Yep, that's the one I own, by the way. Invincible Iron Man number 9. The Apocalypse. I think he's referring to the Apocalypse Turquette variant. But hopefully this price hike shows that collectors are beginning to realize that this is the book to have. All right. I don't think that's the cover to have, the Dave Lopez. Number 7 is the first appearance of Riri Williams. There's no debating that. But number 9 is just going to continue to dominate sales. People don't care about 7 as much. So we all want reality to bend to our will, but it doesn't. That's just the way it goes. Number 1 is Stray Dogs cover of Gallery number 1, the 1 per store variant. I've not picked up any of these books. The only thing I've grabbed from Stray Dogs is I bought the Halloween, what's that? Nightmare of Christmas? Nightmare on Christmas? Something like that. That variant, I bought a couple copies of that. That's done well, and it's a trade paperback. I have no interest in collecting the floppies. I missed it. I didn't get any of the first issues. I could have easily bought them. They weren't expensive at the time. I guess the series is good. That people have said that the writing is really good on the series. And there is definitely a strong collecting base of this comic book series. So I'm not surprised that this book is selling for pretty strong money at the moment. But yeah, it's just one of those that I missed, and I'll read the trade paperback, so I'll get to at least read the story, but I'll probably never own the floppies. Oh well, that's the way it goes. All right, guys, that's your Hot 10 list for the week. I hope you guys all had a good week. Live stream went pretty well last night. I only did it for an hour. I might do something on Monday or Tuesday. This weekend I am going down south to Sarasota area. My son has a soccer tournament, so we're going to be doing that all weekend. That's going to be a busy weekend of soccer, watching soccer tournaments, and that should be fun. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon.